everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I've just been having a little play and I've had such a good afternoon mixing my colours and just literally having a play that I thought I would share with you what I'd created and then show you how I did it. So this is the very first thing that I made. I'm hoping that you can see that. Let me just click on there. It's really hard for me to see what the camera is. It looks quite dark, but it isn't. The sun is shining and it's blisteringly hot today. So that's that one. And there's a bit of a kind of moody bluey grey one. And then there's this one, which is sort of browny, aquary, I don't know, purpley. And then a couple of rainbow ones. There's that one. And then there's this one, which I rather like as well. And the reason I've got all this out to play with is I was trying to find some things to take away next weekend. And I was going to travel light. I didn't want to take very much with me. I'm going to take my colouring book probably that Ashley gave me, and I didn't know what other things. I'm going to take my drawing things. I'm going to try and do some more Zentangling and things. I'm a bit rusty, so I'm going to try and get my skills up a bit. But I went through all my bits and pieces, and right at the bottom of the bottom box in the pile, I found these, which are Do Crafts Artiste watercolour dual tip pens. Now I put those away because I played with them once or twice and I just couldn't get on with them. I didn't like them. If you use them, I've ripped out a page of Ashley's colouring book just to have a little play, just to see what bleeds through the back and everything. So let's do this thing here. But if you use them like pens, I found, let's put another colour on. Let's have an orange up here, something like that. If you use a water brush or even just like a brush with some water, it's really hard to shift the colour and it doesn't blend very well. Even if you put those two colours together, they just don't blend very well. And then you end up usually putting too much water on the paper and it just doesn't look very nice. But I did find that if you use an acrylic block, or you can use the glass mat or whatever like that, and you put your colour down, you can pick the colour up and use that, and you get quite a subtle colour, not so in your face, and you can move that around a bit better and colour better with it. So I thought, oh, that'll do, I'll take those to colour with. But then I started messing around with this bit of paper and I really liked what I was creating, so I've been playing, and let me show you what I've been doing. Now I don't know whether this would work with any water based pen. I know it works with the watercolour pens. I'm using an acrylic block. You could use your glass mat and put your paper into it, but I am not. And I was just going to show you what I did to start with. So I'm just going to put some colour down. You can't really see the yellow very well, or some of the colours anyway. But I am just putting a couple of colours down, and I'm going to put water on this and move it around a bit so that we get some different colours in play. And I'm going to use that to kind of give me a watercolour effect. So I'm not so much looking for the little bits of water, the little droplets at the moment. I just want to mix this up a little bit and squidge it down. So hoping that we can get, and the more you squidge it, the more the things will run into each other. Get something like that. Turn it around a bit, squidge it down again. Up there a bit maybe. And I will get some tissue and just take off the excess, and then you get quite a nice looking watercolour effect on your card. And if you just wanted a watercolour effect, that's pretty cool, and you could just use that as it is. Let me get another piece of kitchen roll, because I can see some droplets on there still. Because when I'm away I won't have any way of drying this, so I'll have to do several and let them dry, or be patient and wait. Right, let me just clean my brush off a bit. So now I'm going to start adding a little bit of colour. So first of all, let's use some of the green. So I'm just going to put some on my block. In fact, I would have done better with a smaller block. Now I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to spritz it, but I'm going to do it vertically and away from where I'm working till I've got something that looks like that, little droplets. Can you see those? And then I'm going to decide where I want to put them, gently touch it to the paper. You can squash it down more if you want more of a watercolour effect, but I want the droplets this time. Now I'm going to have to leave that to dry. I could mop it up, but it would go quite pale, but I'm going to use my heat tool, bear with me. And that's essentially all you do, just building it up. So I don't really know what colour, so I might have a go at that aqua colour, see what that does. So same old thing, I'm just putting some paint on. I am holding it upright and spritzing from a distance till I get some droplets. Now I've got quite a bit of water around the outside, and I am going to get rid of that because I don't really want that interfering with the paint that's already on the paper. And I'm just going to touch it to the paper gently. Whoops, didn't really mean to do that, but it doesn't matter. And again, and I've still got more on here, but I don't want to put my block right on top of what I've already done, so I'm going to have to go in that corner there. I think that will do. So let's dry that one. In fact, what I might do is just mop this one up a little bit because it has gone a bit crazy, isn't it? Like that. And then I'll dry that. Right, let's add a little bit of the dark blue. Do you know what? I might use a smaller block. Only because it's more manoeuvrable and I can get it down without touching. Oh, I've already, hang on a minute, I've put too much water on that. Let me do that again. I can touch it down sort of in the centre without pushing over the bits I've already done. Try not to be too heavy-handed with the water. There we go. So I could start in the middle actually, couldn't I? There. Turn it slightly. She says I'm just going to stick it straight on top where I didn't want to, what I didn't want to do. There we go. Something like that. Anyway, you get the idea. You just keep layering it up until you're happy with it. Try and get rid of those. In fact, I might just blot those. We could do some more of that, couldn't we? But it's really good fun. I've had a great afternoon just layering up lots of different colours. And if you let it dry, you can put rainbow colours down. You still have to be a little bit careful where you're going so you don't get too much of the sort of grey or brown sort of colours made. If you try and bear in mind your colour wheel when you're doing it. Let's turn that around. But something like that anyway. Let's get rid of that big blob. And then I'll dry that and then we're done. You can keep going as long as you like really, but I just thought it was a really cool idea. And I thought, oh, definitely taking these pens now because I can fiddle around and play and make things like this. I've decorated, let me show you what I've done over here. I've just done one page, but I'm taking this book with me to draw in. And I've just done a little bit of watercolour-y effect on there so I could draw on this bit. So I thought they were quite versatile, considering I don't want to take a lot with me, you know, and they're flat as well. And I'm using something that, you know, I'd put away that I didn't think I'd use again because I wasn't very happy with them. So all the better. And these things can be used for ATCs, it can be card panels, all sorts of things. I might just make them into cards actually. I could just stamp something on them, couldn't I? Make them into cards. I should be taking this with me as well, this water brush, because this is quite good. This came with my Scrawler box, or one of them. a Derwent one, but it's got quite a large tank, and I think if you press that, water comes out. But anyway, just thought I would share a use for watercolour pens. And yeah, I have actually got another set. I've got a massive set of watercolour pens with lots more colours, so watch this space, guys. I might be making all sorts of things. Anyway, on that note, I'm leaving you. Have a lovely evening, and I'll be back soon. Bye for now.